It's time now for community comment on 95.3 WBEV FM, your hometown station. Wow, my brain went numb. I'm supposed to say powered by Daily Dodge. There, I knew I'd get it. All right, little humor. Anyway, Corey Sparks is in the video room. You can also see this community comment on Daily Dodge TV. Without further ado, I've talked enough already. Here is Corey Sparks.
Thank you, Jeff, for the very warm welcome. Welcome to today's community comment, simulcast on 95.3 WBEV and Daily Dodge TV on YouTube. If you're more of a visual learner that you want to watch the conversation, I'm your host, Corey Sparks. Joining me today is the Dodge County Center for the Arts. I'm with Amy McPherson, Craig Caston, and Irvin Monroe.
How's it going? Oh. Is it muted? You got some sound?
We should be good now. There we go. All right, I can hear it.
It was the silent. He was giving us the silent treatment.
Yep. Thought I'd do the mic test without the mic. Welcome to today's community comment. I'm your host, Corey Sparks. Joining me is the Dodge County Center for the Arts. I'm with Amy McPherson, Craig Caston, and Irvin Monroe. How are you all doing today?
We're doing great.
Awesome. Good to have you in. Pretty decent weather out so far, I would say. You didn't have too tough of a drive in, right?
Nope.
Yeah. No.
The whole couple blocks, right?
Right. Yeah. I guess so.
Could have walked here.
Just down the street. Yeah, it's been nice out.
Beaver Dam.
So I know a lot of people they've got things going on during the holidays, but now this is kind of a lull in the year. Not for you guys though. Plenty going on in the coming weeks, and plenty of pieces to see today, right?
Yep. We had a great show, a great holiday art market show. And things went fantastically, and now Amy and the crew are in the process of getting rid of everything and moving it out and replacing it with our new show, with our coming digital art show that we're having starting this Saturday.
A must see. Yeah.
Awesome.
Saturday opening. You can meet the artist. 1 to 3 on Saturday. Digital art with Tyler Max and Damian Bertelson.
Tyler Marks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep, and we had Damien on with us last time on the last community comment, and he brought in some of his costumes. It's digital art, meaning that it is art created digitally, but also he does a lot of design of his own. Damien does design of his own items, 3D prints them and paints them and does cosplay. But I had a couple of pictures here of. Oops.
And this is Tyler's work. This is
Tyler's work. There we go. Sorry.
Very cool.
This is Tyler's work. If you see it. Just a picture of Tyler's work that he wasn't able to make it, so we brought a couple of pictures.
These are some of the prints of the actual bigger works, and those will be on sale for $20 there, which is a nice price. But the whole show is really, really extraordinary. It's just wonderful.
Yep, we talked about we've always been trying to do new and innovative things, and when Amy ran across these guys, they said they would love to have us there and love to have a show. It was a great fit. Perfect. The new holiday, the new year, a new show, something we haven't done probably. I think Carla Jensen did one, maybe 10 years ago. We did a digital art show back in the early days of digital art. It was pretty crude compared to what it is today. So if you can come down and see it, that would be great. So just to let you know, it's there. It opens Saturday. We're actually open, for people who don't know, we're actually open now, and we do have art for sale because, as we've talked before, our building is divided into 2 sections. We have our shows, and then we have our gallery. Our gallery is open year-round. So we do have items there. So if you want to come down and take a look at it and take a sneak peek at it, you're more than welcome to. If you want to come down and meet the artist, how do they come down and meet the artist, Amy?
To meet the artist, that'll be at our opening. On Saturday from 1 to 3, you meet the artists, and we'll have snacks. It's a party, and actually not just the artists in the show, but a lot of all the artists that have work in the gallery come to the opening so that they can talk about their art also and meet people. So it's a wonderful time to meet all the artists and have kind of in a party atmosphere. Mm-hmm.
That's very nice. And you guys are right here. As you mentioned before, not too far of a drive, basically a walk, 130 West Mayville Avenue here in Beaver Dam. I have a bit of curiosity just with the digital art show on the back end. Do you know, are they using like Photoshop or various editing softwares?
I don't know what Tyler, I only got to talk to him for about 30 seconds.
Okay,
Right.
fair.
The only thing he wanted to say, it wasn't IA, it wasn't
AI.
AI. Yeah.
AI? Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
See, I mean,
Yeah.
I need him to.
To elaborate
He doesn't
on it.
want it. he wants to know that it's him doing the art and not the computer. So
Yeah.
Right.
So I would assume it's some kind of drawing software. And then Damian Bertelson does all of his 3D printing, 3D modeling. He created and you'll see it there. In fact, on our flyer there, you could see where he created an actual outfit that looks similar to one of the video games out there. And he actually created a digital character of it first on his 3D printer, and then modeled his costume after what he had 3D printed. So
Oh, wow.
It was fantastic. I mean, just fantastic work.
So really bringing the art to life, right?
Yep,
That's
yep,
very cool.
So as a fellow 3D printer, I can empathize how hard that is to make a 3D model and then bring that to life. So
And that's something that kind of
Yeah.
came to fruition in the last few years, right? Like I feel
Yeah.
like 3D art really in the last decade has taken off.
3D art in itself has. AI has made a big leap to people for that, but people, you really can find, I've gone to many conventions over the last 30, 40 years, and the 40 years, Corey, that's, that's a long
like,
time
when?
ago. Yeah, that's a long time ago, 40 years ago. I think this is my 39th year, I think, going to the convention. But we'll do, you've seen the evolution of people drawing from just pencil drawings and paintings and things like that to actually doing art, digital art. And I've had opportunities over the years to sit and watch people do it, and it's just amazing how they can create digital art with a tablet or with their fingers or with their mouse, and something I could never do. It's just amazing.
That's very cool.
So show those prints again. But that's what but his stuff is very large. I mean, on a very large
Yeah, these are
scale.
just small prints.
These are small, but on a very large scale. And when you come see the show, and they're framed, and it's amazing. And the combination of the two, from the cosplay costume design and
This one here.
Oops,
get the shadow out of there.
and the digital art, it's just absolutely beautiful.
Yep.
It's so cool. I mean, you talk about the evolution of art and how accurate some of those. One of the first things I noticed with a lot of these pieces is the detail. You could fool me, especially with that first one, and convince me that's a real photo.
Yeah, they just done a great job. He spends a lot of time working on it. Like I said, I only got a couple minutes to talk to him. He was on his way to see a client or something, so I just got a couple words in, but then he was gone. And
He's in his business he just recently graduated, but he's an art therapist.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
and we could use a lot of those. Art and therapy go really well together. They're very hand in hand.
Absolutely. Well, I see next on the list we have Meet the Artist. We do have Urban
Yeah,
Monroe with us.
We do.
Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Of course. One thing that Amy kind of told me, you didn't really start until relatively recent, right, in terms of your art, path?
True. I've never done any artwork in my entire life. However, after I retired,
Tell him
and-
what you used to do.
Oh, well, in my former life, I was an educator and school psychologist, and I also worked in social services for many, many years in Los Angeles. And so when I retired, I came back to my home state of Wisconsin, and I went to the local community center here, and lo and behold, they had they had a wood carving workshop. Okay, which still operates every day, or not every day, every Monday from 8:30 to 11:30. And I tried my hand at doing wood burning, just to be curious about what was going on. And before I knew it, I was involved in all kinds of wood burning stuff.
Right. And this is his most recent piece. He's been selling, well, since I've been at the galleries a year now. Irv has been there. He's one of our top artists and top sellers, and this is his most recent piece, and he can show you and explain the different techniques, but it's so complex in what he does, and then the coloring of it too.
Maybe shows up a little better there.
Yeah, that does a little less reflection. I got her.
Okay.
Yeah. So do you want us to explain your
You want to take
pheasants,
the
or-
big stand? Here, take the big stand.
Oh, it's fine. I got it.
There we go.
Isn't that beautiful? It's amazing.
How long did it take you to be able to create? I mean, obviously there's a learning curve with any type of art and really anything in life. How long did it take you to get to that accuracy and that detail?
Well, I've been doing this now for about 5 years,
Okay.
approximately, and maybe I could just sort of walk through the whole process about
Sure.
how you create a piece like this. So first of all, you decide on a design, what you want to do, and many of the artists, of course, follow themes. They might do birds, or they might do animals, they might do country scenes, things of that nature. I'm sort of all over the map. I don't have any particular theme. I like to explore a whole range of things, especially coming from living in a multicultural area for a long, long period of time. So I'm sort of used to seeing all kinds of different things that I want to explore with all of that. But anyway, to go through the process, so first of all, you would select a design, and then you decide how you want to put it on, or you can trace it on, or you can draw it on. In many cases, you can trace pieces of it and then draw the rest of it and sketch it in how you want. And that's just sort of a hand-drawn kind of thing.
Just to have an idea, a background.
A background.
To start.
Then, after that, you start burning it. And you take a wood burner with a sharp point on it, a hot point, and you burn all the outline of it.
Now I have a question. Now, are there different points for different types of techniques that you do with the burning?
Yeah, there's a whole series of different points. So they can be very sharp, angular points, or they can be flat kinds of things where you can smooth stuff out. There could be points with little balls on the end of them that you could do. So,
Now,
for
this is-
example, you can see this wood burning. I don't know if you can see it on the screen. You can't see there maybe, but you can see there's lots and lots of little dots.
So you can shadow with the burner.
Right, right. So you burn, so this is just a plain wood burn as opposed to the colored stuff. So if you do just a plain wood burning, it would look like this.
Right, okay.
And then if you decide you want to add color, you could add just a touch of color to it, or in my case, I've oftentimes add lots of color.
Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
It's vibrant,
You
yeah.
can see that. It's just, his stuff is so gorgeous. I just love it.
So,
And then, so tell them how you add the color with a
okay,
paintbrush or?
so the color again has a wide range of different possibilities. So you could use acrylics, you could use paint, or in my case, I use simple pencil colors.
Okay.
Okay, and then just blend it all out. So as you can see, with the pencil colors blending it out,
When you use a pencil color, then how do you blend it with the pencil, or do you take a brush and go in and, is it an oil pencil?
it's an oil-based pencil color, yes. So for something like this, for example, yes, you blend it with the color. So here I would put a whole yellow background pretty much, a white background, a yellow background, and then I start putting oranges on top of that, and then browns on top of that, and you just keep layering it until you get this. And this would take many, many layers to get this finished.
Right, that's beautiful. Wow.
That is very nice. Irv, I'm sure it's a case-by-case basis, but if you could estimate for me, how long does all of that process take? The burning, letting it cool off, and then the finishing with the color?
Wow.
Now, when you first started to win now.
Yeah, right.
Right. Well, it takes maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 hours to burn the outline of it. And then you can start adding all the details, which may take another 4, 5, 6 hours. So
Okay.
all these little spots in there. And then if you start adding the color, all the different colors to things, like this, for example, then it's going to take another things.
This was, and I have to say that this was one of the pieces he had in our spring collection, and he was our #1 winner in the Peony Art Contest this year. So I had to mention that.
Very nice.
Thank
Yeah.
you. So as I said, I'm multicultural.
Isn't
So
that-
here I have Latinos, Mexican dancers. I go to New Orleans quite frequently. So a lady from New Orleans, in fact, I just got back from there this fall. And then Native American pieces.
Yeah, don't you have the lady too, the Native
I
American
have-
woman?
I'm not sure.
Oh, there, here she is.
Yeah.
This one's really
What I
pretty.
what I call the spirit lady.
Right. This is so cool. So he has a little bit of everything. I mean,
was
you
gonna
could
say.
find something that you like out of his. Yeah.
So this is a jazz band, New Orleans,
That's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
and of course, people want to do some local things. So we have a red-winged blackbird.
Nice.
It's something like this. This one, for example, there were several different pieces of construction. So I took just a simple bird, but then I didn't have a background. So I sort of took another picture, looked at a background, and then I kept superimposing things on top of each other until I ended up with the bird mixed into the cattails.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. But then you have the sky too back there. Did you do that first or you didn't do that?
I added that in, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's neat. So not necessarily it's the background that starts. Sometimes it's the object and then you add in the background. That's cool. I love it.
That's awesome. Irv, you mentioned a lot of these pieces are inspired by your travels. You go to New Orleans and you come up with one of these. You have some that are Midwest inspired. Have you had the thought at all of what are things I saw in the Los Angeles area and then try and recreate any of those?
Yes, I did create. In fact, where I used to live, there's a big bridge, what they call the 6th Street Bridge.
Okay.
That goes over the Los Angeles River, and I have a whole book full of stuff. So I have one like this. for
There's
example.
home. Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't know if you can see. You can't see unless
It's
the
coming up a little
camera
bit, yeah,
moves
the
in,
color.
But so and yeah, so I do have some things of that nature, and some folk art, Mexican folk art.
Very cool. Nice.
But I have to say that his work is up in many of the restaurants in Beaver Dam, in the Mexican restaurant and the Chinese restaurant.
Right,
Yeah.
I did one for the Chinese New Year, and so I gave that to Ming's.
Oh, very nice.
Chinese.
Uh-huh.
And then I also did the Mexican folk art, which I did for Palenques.
I just went to Palenques. Awesome. So I've
So-
seen your work probably. Yep.
Yeah. If you look at back when you first walk in and you go to the registration desk, when you first check in, right in the back on the wall, you'll see.
That is awesome. All
Yes.
right. I'll have something to brag about next time. I'm like, I know who made those. Right?
I met the
Yeah,
artist.
exactly. Well, that is awesome. It's really cool, too, that you mentioned some people usually pick a niche or a genre, and you are just everywhere. It's whatever really inspires you, you just go with it.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, of
Yes.
course.
And I think being a mature artist, you've had the experience and the worldly vision, of seeing the world, at that age, that you have so many experiences that you can do this kind of work,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that contributes to it.
So sort of going back to where as I said, I started at the community center affectionately known here as the Watermark. So when I started actually doing wood carving. And I did that for a few weeks, and then somebody suggested, well, why don't you try doing wood burning? Now, I didn't know anything about either one of them, but I gave it a try. And the wood burning, wood carving workshop, which, as I said, runs every Monday from 8:30 to 11:30 at the community center. The facilitator is Marcia Horn. She's the coordinator for it. The workshop has two goals. One is that people can just go in and work on their projects, and they have all the equipment there for people to do that. And the other is that people socialize and share ideas. So that's how we learn, by sharing ideas. And there's some very accomplished wood carvers and very accomplished wood burners there. So little by little, each week you learn another technique by just sharing with each other, and that's sort of how this all came about.
That's pretty
Marcia
cool.
Horn has exhibited at the Art Center as well, and she does a fantastic wood burning job as well. It's just amazing how a hot iron can turn a piece of wood into something as thought provoking or as fascinating as this art. I mean,
But art on such a natural
Yep.
material as wood is just really cool.
Just the one thing that really stuck out to me is like that is out of a tree and it comes out so clear. Like it's crystal clear. That's very cool.
Right.
So it's pretty awesome. It's a great way to come down and see that. And all the Irv's art is there already put up, except for the stuff we stole for today.
Right, that'll go back soon.
Yeah, it'll come back. But otherwise, it's up. If you want to come see it, if you want to come and look at it, we are open. Our hours are Wednesday through Friday from noon to 5 p.m. The Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. and Sundays from noon to 3. I did print out a newsletter and sent it out to everybody, and I see on the bottom I made a mistake and forgot to put Sundays hours down there, but we are open on Sundays.
There we go. That's why you're here.
Right.
So do that. I already uploaded to the new one to the website and stuff like that. But yeah, so we're open. Come down and look at it. You can take a sneak peek at the show, but we encourage you to come down and see the current art show, see all the stuff that Irvin's done. Our local artist Steve Strassman is there. He's putting up some items that when I left he was pounding, so he was putting nails into the wall to get his stuff up, and then just some other great art. We have some just amazing art there.
Right. Wonderful.
Awesome.
Sure.
About 5 minutes before we hit our halfway break here, I'm with the Dodge County Center for the Arts here on today's Community Comment. Corey Sparks with you. So, Irv, your journey starts with an art class, and I see here at the Center for the Arts there are a lot of different art classes people can start their journeys with right now.
Yep. We're
Right.
encouraging people to. One of the things that Amy's really been working with, because Amy's really the driving force for most of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just the good looking one.
Right.
I'm the potato.
Well, thank you. You are doing.
Yeah. So we have a lot of artists and we have a lot of interesting things going on, like Watercolor Wednesdays. We want to try to expand that. We wanted to call it Ask an Artist, where Lisa Amport, who's one of our artists in residence, she who has items at the Art Center as well. She wants to have it where people do come down, kind of like what Irvin had said about Marcia Horn, is that you come down and you learn a technique, you sit and you learn, and there's really nothing, there's no pressure, there's no, you just drop in, learn something new, and you're done. And we want to experience that as well. So she's created a Watercolor Wednesday where you can come in down, see her using watercolors. Because I've talked to her at length, and you find out.
Watch an artist.
Yeah, you
work.
watch your grandkids or your kids or your grandkids. Hi, Maisel. I gotta always mention my grandkids on the news, on the radio. They're because they're watching. But you have to watercolor. You have your kids or your grandkids do watercolors, and it's really basic. But there's so much more to it than just something you buy at the dollar store and you paint with it. She has techniques, the brushes mean, how much water you use, how you layer the water, she can teach you all that, and it's all free. It's all come down and see that. So we really
She has
like
sample things, and she lets you use her brushes and her paints, and she'll show you techniques and different things, and then encourages you to come back with your own supplies. And
if you want to do, and if she does have small things for sale, if you want some items that you not for.
she has a whole booth set up with
so you
all
can-
of her
Right,
cards.
I mean, as well as during her class, you can actually buy some of the papers and things like that.
right,
and do
right.
that, but you don't have to. That's what we're encouraging all of our artists that are members of the Art Center to come down and come down and do this same thing. Come down and
do demonstrations.
do a demonstration and just have people just find out, because as Irvin found out, you took that little class on wood burning, and look where it's taken him.
Right.
I mean, he saw a passion, and that's what we're trying to inspire with people of all ages, young, old, and anywhere in between. Is find that spark, find that thing that you say, I could do that, or I want to do that, and make that there.
Right.
So we've got a lot of
Right.
things going on. yeah.
Exactly.
And go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say that we have this. What is Alex's last name? The one who does the wood turning.
Sorry.
I can't think.
I'll
We
think
have
of-
a,
I'll
we have
think
a
of-
new artist, but he does beautiful wood bowls. But it's
Yeah.
a process of turning, and I'm not even sure how he does it. But we are going to in February. We haven't set up an exact date, but he's going to bring in and show like a demonstration of how he does that. So we're working on this year of doing a lot of demonstrating and having artists come in and demonstrate along with our classes, so that you get an idea of what the art is and what it takes to do it. So there's going to be a lot of learning this year.
Is it Alex Zabel? Is that Zabel? Is that sound right?
Something like
So
that.
he's gonna, and it's amazing because he takes driftwood that he finds and turns it into these really cool looking bowls and things like that. and it's just amazing to think that was floating in the ocean or in the river or in the lake
Right,
somewhere.
right. And he
suddenly
was
this
telling me
is
like,
beautiful.
and on trees that, where like a branch would come off and then it kind of heals itself and it kind of goes like a round knob on it. He takes those off and that starts the bowl and then he turns it too, like that too. But there's different things and he'll tell you and explain what he does and how he does it. But it's really beautiful.
Yep, so we've got some great things there. Some of the other classes we have a hanging snowman class.
Oh, it's fun.
Which is the do we have to break? We have a hanging snowman class, which is the on January 7th. That's this Saturday or Sunday. Sorry. One of our regular artists, Jenny Korbar, does
Pour painting.
pour painting, which she also now is going to do this instead, just to change it up a little bit. For a small fee, you get the snowman, and then you can paint it, and you get to take it home with you.
Right.
And all the
Right.
details are on our website at dodgecountyarts.org.
But she is always there on the first Sunday as one of our volunteers, and she always is teaching something. She's teaching the pour painting. This month she's doing the hanging snowman that you can do and come and join. And you can register on the website or you can stop in. There's either way. Like if you don't think you can make it, but you decide you want to do something on Sunday, come on down. And so every month she will be doing something, and she's a great artist. She has her art up that's absolutely beautiful, and she does pour painting, and then she also does stained glass things, and it's actually the gallery is really beautiful, and we have so many great artists.
Yep,
But
and they range the gamut of all ages. We have some high school kids in there. Isabel from the Beaver Dam School, Isabel Lehner, and then
she's an award-winning artist.
yeah, we also have somebody from Wayland.
Right, Liz
Liz Strutt
from Wayland, a photographer.
Yep. And she does a lot of excellent work.
Wonderful
And
photography
we have Irv,
from
who's just a
Chicago.
couple years older than they are,
Right.
one or two. And so we have every gamut. We was filling out some grant information the other day, and they were asking, well, what do you do for ages and things like that? I'm like, we don't discriminate against age. We want to bring art to the community. We want
Anybody and everybody.
Yeah, we want the more the merrier. My philosophy is the more art, the more opportunities you have to bring your level of consciousness up. Bring your culture up, but also to find maybe something that I can do that, or I'd love to do that, and reach out to the artist. And we always have contact information in case the artist wants to talk. If somebody wants to talk directly to an artist, we give them the information so they can talk.
Very good point. All right. Well, I'm here with Amy McPherson and Craig Caston of the Dodge County Center for the Arts, and then, of course, the artist guest here on Community Comment in Irv Monroe. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here for more Community Comment on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge and Daily Dodge TV.
From the Slimmerland Furniture Studio, this is 95.3 WBEV Beaver Dam, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
This is Keith from Beaver Dam Tire and Mayville Tire. Buckle up. Here comes your weather.
Highs around 30 this afternoon under overcast skies, southwesterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Cloudy skies expected again tonight, 22. Overcast skies tomorrow, highs around 33. A dusting of snow Saturday. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Currently 26.
Football insider Jason Wilby takes us inside the Green Bay locker room every Friday morning at 7:35 during the WBEV Morning Show. It's the Green and Gold Preview presented by the Bayside Supper Club and Columbus Family Dental on 95.3 WBEV.
Hey, it's Stacy with Slumberland, Beaver Dam in Watertown. Check out our big clearance event going on all month long where you can save big on closeout models up to 80% off of list prices in-store and online. Now, merchandise goes quick, so you'll want to stop in and scoop up all of these good deals. We've got dining sets as low as $399, fireplaces as low as $288, and we've got sectionals starting as low as $7.99 and $9.99 for sectionals. Stacy with Slumberland, Beaver Dam and Watertown.
When you or a loved one needs rehabilitation after an injury or surgery, know that your stay at Clearview will be comfortable and tailored to you. Our experienced, caring staff will treat you like family, make sure you have what you need from exceptional therapy, on-site doctors, and private rooms, making you feel at home. This is Ashley Kuhn, admissions coordinator for Clearview. I'll personally meet with you to ensure a smooth transition. Give me a call to schedule a tour at 920-386-3532. Clearview, where compassion is the heart of our exceptional care.
New year, same delicious fresh cuts of meat at Leroy Meats in Fox Lake and Horicon. Start the year off right and shop great specials this week. The 4-packs of frozen all-beef brats are $4.99 a pound. Flavors include Chipotle lime sweet corn, French onion mozzarella, and prime rib. Leroy's original jumbo wieners are $5.50 per 16-ounce package. Chicken leg quarters and ground chicken are also on sale this week, along with hearty boneless seasoned pork roast and boneless chuck roast. Stock up with the Half Hog Bundle. For just $189, you'll get varieties of smoked ham, brats, chops, ribs, roasts, steaks, and bacon. That's right, you'll get all those pork varieties in the Half Hog Bundle for just $189. This week's specials are good through January 7th. Find the full ad and weekday lunch menu at LeroyMeats.com. Shop Leroy Meats, your old-fashioned meat market with locations in Fox Lake and Horicon.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code RACE for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code RACE for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code RACE.
95.3 FM, WBEV FM.
Cloudy skies, 26 degrees in Beaver Dam. It is just about 7 minutes after 1 o'clock. Time for part 2 of Community Comment. This is also available on Daily Dodge TV. Just tune on in. They got lots of stuff to show you on Community Comment. And here with part 2, once again, is Corey Sparks.
Thank you very much, Jeff. So I'm here with the Dodge County Center for the Arts, Amy McPherson and Craig Caston, and then Herb Monroe, the artist guest for today's Community Comment. We begin half number 2 with what?
Well, I think we were going to do close-ups of some of Herb's work because
Absolutely.
we have our cameraman here who's going to show because he was showing it, but you couldn't really see it.
So as I said earlier, I sort of travel all over the place, and as a consequence, I sort of try to do things from the places that I've traveled. This is one from
New Orleans.
From New Orleans.
And Craig has one from your Mexico journeys, right?
Yes.
Am I
So
saying right?
Mexican dancers, and then
It looks like Day of the Dead kind of.
during the Peony Festival, I did this particular one.
But that's not the winning one was a yellow one.
Yes. And then some local things, red wing blackbird.
And there's an eagle in front.
And the eagle in front. The one that I call the Spirit Lady.
Very cool.
And these are just plain burns without color. So a Native American chieftain.
And I have to say, his prices are very reasonable. And come down to the gallery and get them now because in a minute we might not be able to afford you.
And then the guitarist.
That is awesome.
Okay. And then most recently, the ones that I did with the
pheasants.
redneck pheasants.
What's
or ringneck
the
pheasants,
one,
I'm
the
sorry.
man at the end there? What's that one?
That's what I just did, sort of a picture of a young man, that's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was an author or
It
something.
was Herb when he was younger.
Oh, yeah.
With the long, when I had hair yet. So, and then that one, this one is, again, the jazz band, New Orleans.
Cool.
Right.
Very nice. Yeah. So, and
So there. That's some of the samples of many ads was noted earlier. They're on display at the Dodge County Center for the Arts, and if people want to purchase, they're there.
Yes, and if you want to meet Irv, he's one of our main volunteers on our Wednesday. We're open Wednesdays now. We hadn't been, and we had just started since November. Wednesdays from noon to 5, and that's when Lisa does Meet the Artist and her watercolors. Irv is there. So if you come down on Wednesdays, you can also do anytime we're open. We're open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from noon to 5, Saturday from 10 to 3, and Sunday from noon to 3. And our community art, this month, every month it's something different, and it's free. There's all the supplies there, but we're doing vision boards where it's a mixed media collage, and you cut out stuff, things you see that you want to do or aspire to for the new year, and it's a personal thing for everybody, and it's a lot of fun. So that is free to do anytime we are open. You come in, and we have a art station set up, and you sit down and enjoy yourself. And there's always whoever, if I'm there or another volunteer, we're all artists, and we're all there to help you. So.
And it's a great way. I always tell people it's a great way for when you have like your kids or your grandkids, and you're like, well, what should we do today? And take them to these things and to like these community projects, and it's free, and you can come in and learn. And Amy's done a few over the past year that have been a lot of fun, and I've actually brought my grandkids in, and they just love it, and they're all very creative, they're all very artistic, they're all very, and it has nothing to do with me. I'm the wrong guy to do that, but they do that. In fact, I have a little picture here that my granddaughter Maisel made of me. It's a potato. No, it's actually me. She sent me a picture of me and her together just because she wanted to draw it. And my other granddaughter Grayson is very, very artistic. We do have the boards that we have. We actually have a couple spots left if you want them, but there's some boards out in our fence area, and she actually took a piece of paper, drew what she wanted to do before she actually painted it.
Oh, like a draft.
Yeah, so the draft. And at that time she's only 7. So you can see where the creativity and
Right.
Caroline, our youngest, is very creative as well. She likes to color, likes to draw, and we encourage that with kids.
Well,
And
the gallery's inspiring. They
Yep.
can walk through and see all the artwork in the gallery, and it's very inspiring, along with a place for them to work and do some art. And
Yep. And if they,
I wanted to do a shout out for, we had November, December, a snowman coloring contest where we had all ages up from 1 to 46, but we have winners, and will the winners please come in and pick up their awards?
there's awards for the first top 3 places, and Amy was the judge because she didn't have anybody in there that she knew. So she judged it, and she was so impressed by all these number of
I
people.
had to give quite a few honorary
You
mentions.
had to give 5 honorary mentions.
They're all so good.
So the winners get actual prizes, and the honorary mentions get little light up snowman that I 3D printed, and we'll have that for
light
them.
up.
So you can come down and get that and get your art back. You can see all of the winners and all of the other pictures on our Facebook page at facebook.com/beaverdamarts, and you can see all the pictures there that of the ones and who won what. I redacted their last names and their email addresses and stuff, but you can see their first name and see how awesome these are, especially the ones with the googly eyes. Amy hates that when I say that. To me, art isn't any art without a googly eyes. So one of the kids did it, and it was like, oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
He was one of our 46-year-olds who did it. No, I'm kidding.
Right.
Yeah, I wish I was 46. You have to reverse that.
Could you both tell me about the New Year's vision collage? That looks really cool.
That's what we're just
Oh, that's what I was talking
Gotcha.
about.
Okay, that is this then. Gotcha.
Yeah, I didn't bring
Sorry,
one
we can
example.
digress a little.
Oh, no, that's
Right. Well, it's our community art, and that's what I was talking about is the vision boards and our collage,
Got
and
it,
that's what I said. Everyone is any age. Come on in any day. We're open, and all the supplies and everything is there. And sit down and do something wonderful for the new year. It's a personal collage for yourself. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, just have fun, and if nothing else, you learn some techniques, learn how to better collage, how to put things together. Just have fun. I mean, that's the whole idea.
Use the scissors.
Yep, scissors. Well, we don't let Irvin use the scissors, but
Irv, we have to.
yeah, we have to watch out. He can use the wood burner, but not the scissors. But yeah, so it's a great, like I said, it's a great way. Anytime that especially like if you have kids or grandkids and you want to do something, or you just want to do it yourself. I mean, why not? I mean, art is for every age. So if you decide, hey, I really thought that was interesting, we'll come down, and every month we change,
Right.
and then every month it's posted on our Facebook page and our website and things like that. So you can see.
There's a different project every month.
every
So there's
month,
something new. If you don't like this, then maybe February there's something you do like.
Yeah, we've done Mardi Gras masks. We've done
Right.
We did last year before Amy came on. We did squirt gun painting where we filled the squirt guns with ink or with paint and then painted.
Well, it's a little cold outside now to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
We can't, we're not letting them do that inside.
Yeah, it's not
I
that
put
bad.
a limit on you.
Maybe if we hit the 40s, right?
Yeah. Oh, Amy's in. Amy, what are you trying to do? Sorry, we get it kind of crazy.
No, all good.
Yeah, it goes crazy. Because we have because you're new to this, and Amy always been here a year, and she asks me all the time, "Can I do this? Can I do that?" And I'm like, well, "I don't care. Go ahead, do it." And I said, "But I only have one rule, and the one rule is."
Don't burn the place down.
That's
There we
right.
go. Lots of freedom.
That's
Yeah.
the rule.
I know Mary Lynn Casma wanted at her show in it was late October, but she wanted like candles all where we had the food and stuff for the opening. I'm just like, I don't know, so she got the artificial candle things because I said Craig said we can't burn the place down. I said
That's the only rule. That's my only rule. I just don't burn the place down because I don't want to. They won't have to deal with it. But otherwise, yeah, we've doing a fantastic job of trying to entice, but no, entice not a good word, but try to bring kids in. We want kids to come in and experience art because art is therapeutic. It's even for adults, it's therapeutic.
Well, it is. Yes, of
I'm
course.
not an artist in any way, but when my grandkids say, "Hey, let's color," I will sit down and color with you.
Yeah, why
it
not,
feels
right?
good. Yeah, it's great. But something I wouldn't do on my own. But with them, it just feels right. It feels natural. It feels fun, and I think that.
And the art center is for everybody, and the artists that are in there, like you said, we have anywhere from high schoolers to seniors, and the art is beautiful. And the new show that's coming up is younger artists, and it's a world of fantasy and cosplay, costumes. It's really something to come see, and bring your family and your kids on Saturday for the opening, and you meet the artists, and they can. I really, I am as interested as anybody else because like when. Tyler was putting his show up. He said that one of the costumes. This is some water warrior or something. So I have water one. I'm like, I have no clue. I said, yeah, it looks great, but I'm not into all the stories and everything. But they will explain the stories and the costumes and the art and the fantasy and whatever it is. It's really cool.
Yeah, the Assassin's Creed outfit is pretty amazing.
Nice.
It's
Okay.
pretty. It's for those of us that played Assassin's Creed. Sorry. and Amy were like, "What?" But yeah, and I also want to mention Irvid brought this up a couple times to me is to remind everyone that admission to the Art Center is always free.
Yes.
That most of our classes are free.
But I tell you, this upcoming show and other shows we've had, anywhere else, you'd have to pay to get in to see these shows. They're really fabulous, fabulous. But at the Art Center, it's free, and we welcome everybody to come.
And most of our art projects, like the community art, is sponsored in part by the Radiothon because that we get monies for there, and we use that then to try to bring younger people in, to bring kids in to experience get through the experience of art.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very nice. Mm-hmm. As we roll into 2024, what kind of improvements you guys have to talk
we
about?
have to get.
sorry
Yeah,
about that.
I just got to plug myself.
Yep.
The 14th, January 14th, and it's on Sundays. Now you can always every Sunday we have an artist volunteering, and they'll be doing a class, kind of like Wednesday art. So about Sundays. And anyways, the second Sunday of every month, I do Painting Made Easy. And this month we are doing owls. And you'll finish a 12 by 12 acrylic painting of an owl in 2 hours. It's going to be from 1 to 3. You can register or just stop in. It's $25, all supplies included. I have the brushes, the paints, the canvas, everything. You just come and enjoy yourself. And it's so fun because when a group of artists get together, it's just... the energy is amazing, the camaraderie, and it's so fun to really see what you can create, and everyone goes home with a beautiful piece of art. So definitely come down the 14th and make a painting.
And because Amy's more of an abstract artist than a realist, she encourages the people to express themselves
Right.
in the art, not to
Right.
do what everyone else is doing. What is it that brings you to there? And because she's an artist and,
Right.
and that she
There's
can
a
help you.
theme, and I'll help you get it on paper, but then you take it from there, and I have suggestions and different things, but everyone really comes out with a beautiful piece of art, and it's original to themselves.
And Amy does have art at the Art Center that you can purchase as well. She's
do.
done- yeah, she's done quite a bit. And there's quite a bit there, and it's really nice.
Oh, well, thank you.
So,
That's very nice.
okay, so we could talk about. Let's talk about Spark then.
Oh, yeah.
Spark is the third Thursday of every month, right?
It's the third Thursday of every month. I think it's at 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, and Rob Grizzle. Yeah, he's
From the ADRC. Yeah.
Right. He runs that, and it's an experiential workshop for people with dementia and their caregivers, and they always have something. They're doing an art piece themselves. They walk around the gallery. They have really wonderful creative sessions.
Yep, and you can come and join them. They're always looking for volunteers to help them with the experiential, to bring it in. They've done all kinds of things over the last year or so, and it's really a lot of fun. But you have to sign up in advance if you want to come. But the public's more than welcome if they sign up through the county, and you can go to the Dodge County's website, or our website has a link to it as well, that you can go to it and learn and find out about the dementia, because you probably haven't been around long enough that we had the flags out for dementia awareness.
Oh, okay.
Out in front of the purple flags, and it's one for everyone in Dodge County who has dementia or dementia-related diseases, and it turned out that last year we had 2,000 flags.
Oh, wow.
This year we have 2,150 flags. So there's more, and it filled up we let them fill up our yard with purple flags. We have purple banners, and we actually do a show based around mental health. We usually have an artist that does an specialistic one that deals with it, Christina, and then Rob has the dementia people bring their art in to actually put on the wall because you
But
can
it's
still
it's a therapeutic process, and it
yeah.
helps them with their memory and with just making every day a wonderful experience, no matter what they're going through.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And it's when you see that kind of art, it's very awe-inspiring. It's very because you can see, especially the people that I know that have dementia, you can see their art where as they're starting to lose more of their faculties, you can see the art's diminishing, but so you can see the struggle to make that. But you could see.
But it's very cool.
You see the
It's
beauty
very
and the
surreal.
joy, and then you can see the beauty and the joy in what they're trying to promote, and with their and it's just you just sit there and it's breathtaking. It's
You
just
kind of see the timeline there.
yeah,
right?
it's breathtaking. Especially if you know the people. It's like, oh my gosh, that's amazing.
But really, when you do art, it's in the moment. It's letting them accept the fact that they don't have to live in the past or the future. They can just live in the moment at that time and really enjoy life. Mm-hmm.
And most of those people are still better artists than I am. Most people have dementia because I'm not, but they're great. It's amazing. So if you ever
Craig
do that,
always says that, but I always say this, and thank you. He does all our advertising. He does all the graphic design and everything on everything that we put out, and so I think he's a wonderful graphic artist, and he won't take credit for it, but he's really good.
Sorry, I'm just not my thing. I take credit for a lot of things, but not that. I'm just kidding. Then we have our book sale. We have books in the basement. We have thousands of books. So if you didn't get a book that you were looking for Christmas, come down and look. We have almost every genre. We even have encyclopedias. Corey, you brought encyclopedias?
Nice. There you go.
Encyclopedias. We have books. We have atlases. We have like Daniel. We have hundreds of Daniel Steele books. We have
Kids, adult books, cooking books, art books.
Yeah, we have everything. So and they're
military books.
They're all 50 cents and $1. And
oh wow,
so
that's
so
awesome.
Yeah,
you can come down.
Hardcovers are $1.50 for
mass market. Yeah, and 50 cents for the kids' books, and so you can come down and pick those up anytime, and even anytime we're open as well. So that's a great opportunity. So then we talk about some of the improvements. We're working on some improvements for our building where we need some work done. The building was donated to us in April. It'll be 4 years, 2019, right? So it'll be May. I think I signed the papers in May. So in May of 2019, we inherited the building, and we've done a few things to it. We've painted, we've done a bunch of other improvements to it, but we want to do some more improvements as time goes on. So we're always looking for volunteers that can lend their hand. Our handyman Chuck, who's in Florida, sorry, Chuck. Chuck's been doing a great job of keeping us up to date, but we could always use more help.
Oh, he's wonderful, and he helps build displays, and
Yep,
he's
super creative.
Right.
He's very creative in his own right. So I have an idea, and I'm like, okay, well, fine.
Run with it.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
run with it. He wanted to do a Christmas tree made out of ornaments, so that you hang from the ceiling.
Right.
Because of his schedule, he couldn't get it done, so he's got that all planned.
He
for
was
next
going to
year.
do it a week before I was taking down Christmas. I said, let's just do this next year.
Yeah, so we'll do it.
More time to prep. Put it together.
Yeah, and then because we talked about the radiothon, that we try to be involved in the radiothon, and we do receive monies from there that we try to put back into the community right away to the kids and through these programs and things like
Well,
that.
you just talk about Fly Kite.
Oh yeah, Go Fly Kite. Yeah,
Right.
we could talk about that. Well, we'll bring that up. So one of the things that came along with that was we did our former gallery manager Kayla had come up with the idea that why don't we do something called Go Fly a Kite? And basically what you do is you come down to this is part of Cabin Fever Fest, which is the last Saturday in January. I believe Saturday, January 27th, and you come down to Tahoe Park, and we'll have free kites. Courtesy of the Radiothon. They'll use that money to get free. They're basically cheap paper kites, but then we'll have colors and markers and things so the kids can decorate them. And if the weather is okay, then they can go fly them over the lake. Or I think a couple of years ago we did it. The lake was totally frozen, so we actually had people going out on the lake, going out of the lake, actually doing it right on the lake. So it's kind of fun. So that's part of that. So we've been trying really hard to use the Radiothon money to be able to raise awareness for children, young people, to bring them into because that's where art starts, is at a young age. Not everybody.
But I don't think they can fly it on the lake now. It's too hot.
No, gosh, no. There's no ice there.
No, but you can make a kite.
Yeah, but you can fly it over the lake.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've been pretty lucky. Weather, knock on wood,
I just was
going to
do this watercolor
so,
Wednesday too.
Yeah, there's watercolor Wednesday. That's fine.
Yeah.
So that we do that, we also receive money from the Beaver Dam Area Community Foundation that let us helped us to put in some money for a stair lift.
Perfect.
To get people down with disabilities to get down the stairs in the lower level. We don't use the lower level as much as we should. In fact, that'll come probably in the next year. We'll have that all ready to go.
But we're going to do a new sink for washing our brushes.
Yeah,
right?
that's part of.
Oh,
and the latest grant they helped us get was to be able to. We believe it or not, we don't have hot water in the art center. We've never have because the hot water heater doesn't work very well. And it violates the first rule: don't burn the building down. So if the water heater flakes out all the time and does weird stuff, it's got to go. So it was never really important, but they were able to grant us some money, and we're going to match that to put in a sink to be able for the artists upstairs to be able to wash their brushes, to be able to do that. And we're going to get the on-demand hot water heater so that the hot water can go. You can get hot water right away, and you can start using hot water. So that's that. So we're doing that, but we also encourage, and we've been sending out notices and stuff to encourage people to donate to the Beaver Dam Area Community Foundation. We've actually invested in it, but you can, if you do that, you can invest in our name. You can give the monies and say, oh, this is specifically for the Dodge County Center for the Arts, and then that helps us too as well. So all the information is on our website, dodgecountyarts.org, and you can find an information there. There's flyers, and I've sent them out to the public and things like that. So another great organization in Beaver Dam. There's just so many that help, like the Radiothon, like the DDCA, that help the community and help what the rest of us nonprofits are trying to do, which is make Beaver Dam a better place. And they're
Right.
just amazing.
Right.
Kind of a full circle concept, really, because you're helping people out with art and books, and there's that therapeutic aspect. And then if they want to find a way to, give anything in return, they can donate and help in that way.
Yep, and donate directly to those. We talked about it's kind of skipping ahead of just a bit. We also talked about what years ago when I've been on the board for about 14 years or so, maybe. We always have. I should look that up one of these days. I can never remember exactly how long it is. But the
long
thing,
enough.
yeah. And again, it was only 1 year. Carla told me 1 year. I only need you for 1 year. That was 14 years ago.
You love it.
And I have my days. We used to have sponsorships for every show, so we'd like to get return to that. So if you know someone who owns a business that would like to help sponsor a show, we would put it on the flyer, do it kind of like we do for the Radiothon. Whenever we do anything that's kid involved that we know that we're using the Radiothon money for that, we always make sure we put the logo of the Radiothon. We always put it in our advertising. We always talk about it on the radio because it's important. It's to give money to someone and then just have them not acknowledge it doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So we want to acknowledge that this is really
Acknowledge
important.
anybody who supports the
without
arts.
the money from the Radiothon, without the money from the BDACF, we wouldn't be able to do the things that we want to do.
Like
So-
acknowledging our volunteers,
Yeah.
and we love all the time they give and do.
and our artists like Irv and our volunteers on Wednesdays, and he's actually been doing some other things on the side because he's very meticulous. I'll say meticulous.
Yeah, he's helped organize the front
Yeah,
desk, and
yeah,
that's
yeah, he's very
Craig
good.
and I are like, wow.
Yeah,
It actually looks like
does.
it's a desk.
It's good to have somebody that actually knows what they're doing. So we have a lot of fun. And again, just a reminder, our hours, Wednesday through Friday from noon to 5, Saturday from 10 to 3, and Sunday from noon to 3. And again, admission's always free. Come down, look around, look at the art, get some books if you want, just look at it. And because of the way the gallery works, again, I'll reiterate it, that we have shows in the back, but our front is always, except for the Stephen Bennett one, our front is always a gallery. So that changes regularly. Amy is always on
and
the
all
artist
the
list.
art is really for sale, and you're supporting not just the art center, but all the local artists so
Yeah.
that they can buy more supplies and do more art and everything else. So buying local is always really good.
Yeah, and it's a great way to support the local art scene in
Right.
Beaver Dam, in Dodge County and
Dodge County, yeah.
in the area, because we have a lot of artists that are really great, and we've gone from, in the last 2 years, we've gone from having just a couple things in there to we have waiting lists now because there's just so many artists. There are so many artists in Beaver Dam. It's amazing. You start talking.
We've
to
really
them, you're
become a
like,
big
"What an art-"
community
Yeah.
at the art center.
And we want to bring that in. So it's really important that we keep the doors open for free. And again, going with that, then we always could use volunteers. Mine's the exception. I mean, that I just never could let go. But everybody. And there's a story behind that, but that we'll go there. But anybody who wants to volunteer, like Irvin does, he only does a Wednesday. Not every Wednesday, but a lot of Wednesdays. And other people, if you want to do one day, or if you're an artist and you want to come down and teach a class on like a Sunday, we could always use help on Sundays. We'd love to see
help
expanded
with our
hours.
openings, help with
Yep.
setting up shows. There's a lot of things you can do. Volunteering, that's fun, and just being part of our community. And
Yeah, because I heard the story this morning on Daily Dodge about the Lake Improvement Association looking for volunteers, and every place is looking for volunteers. I mean, really are, but we're not asking a lot for our volunteers. We're not asking them to give their life's blood and to give their
Right.
come in, work a 4-hour shift so that we're open more. We want to be open as much as possible
Right.
during our holiday gift gallery or holiday art market. Sorry, I've been called that for 25 years, and suddenly we changed the name.
I changed it. You said it was okay.
Yeah, I said it was okay. He didn't bring the building down. So we did that, and with the holiday art market. Then, one of our artists, Marilyn Katzma, who said, "Well, why aren't we open late on Friday nights? Because we don't have any volunteers." She goes, "Well, I'll volunteer." So she volunteered.
There we go. Yeah.
She volunteered for a 2-hour shift every Friday, and
Right,
we were open.
right. And then
we had
later
people come in.
nights when the theater's open, we also need volunteers for those nights to maybe be open while the theater people are going to the theater. They come in
Yeah.
and see the show. So
It's fantastic. Yeah.
there's always, and that's just like a couple hours, 2 hours or something. Sure. If you'd like to do that, stop down.
And we always talk about passive volunteers. I brought that up several times. There's people that could be a passive volunteer. You can come down and grab some flyers, run them from store to store, and hang them in their windows and stuff like that. You drive by, you see there's sticks all over the place. Pick some up. We are around the corner, so we get a lot of garbage flying there. I'm always out there picking up garbage. Go out there and pick up garbage, and you don't have to come in. You don't have to. Just for me, I was at a party the other day, and somebody spilled some wine on the floor, and somebody pointed out, said, "There's wine on the floor." I'm like, "Okay, there's wine on the floor," then I thought, well, I should do something. So I just did it. And then somebody else later said, I saw you doing that, but nobody else did it. I said, I didn't care. It was not about the recognition. It's about the fact that I felt good doing it, that it was done. So if people,
You don't want someone slipping and falling.
yeah, if people don't want to
Right.
come,
Yeah.
if people don't want to come into the, if people don't want to come into the art center and if they're like apprehensive, they shouldn't be apprehensive, because this banter that goes on is pretty much every day at the art center.
It's silly.
This is how it really is. It's not. We're not disguising it by coming on the radio. This is. It's probably crazier.
Right.
But otherwise, if you're apprehensive, just come by and do some passive volunteering, passive help. Just come down and pick up some sticks or pick up some garbage or rake leaves when the leaves shed. Stuff like that. It's all the stuff that Chuck and I do that. We could have a volunteer do, and if you don't want to be acknowledged for it, don't.
Yeah, or if you want to go organize some books in the basement or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, we've got lots of storage in the basement that we have to realign. So if somebody's really into organizing, I'm not. We can do that. So and like I said, come down and maybe you'll find some art, like Irvin did. He was able to find a niche that he really likes and do that, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And he's a fantastic volunteer. Can't say enough good things about him.
Thank you.
Yeah, so.
Awesome. So every bit helps, right?
Yep,
Every bit helps.
Every bit helps. It's amazing, and it's just a community. It really is a community, art center. We really want people to come down and be part of this.
Well, and it's a membership program too, and the membership isn't. We thrive on our members, and some are artists and some aren't, but it's become quite a big community.
And membership is only $30, and it gets you
for
the
a
newsletter.
year,
Yeah.
and then you get the newsletters, you get everything that's going on.
A piece I could see Jeff in the window.
So members needed, volunteers needed, sponsors for sure, and
Yep.
then artists for the demonstrations as well,
Yep,
right?
And people to come.
Yep,
People to come
absolutely.
visit
Yeah,
us.
come down.
Right? Yep.
Yeah, it's free. Come down and see us. There's plenty of parking, plenty of park in the back, plenty of parking. Everybody's there that's friendly, because they're all artists. They all appreciate art as much as anyone does, and so you can talk about art. You can when Irvin's there on Sunday, you can come down and talk to him about wood burning. He can probably tell you all about it, or tell you what are the other things he's working on and things like that. Jenny Korbar does the pour painting, and she does an amazing job at pour painting. And she, even though she's not teaching a class in it right now, she can talk to you about the theories behind it, because apparently it's a lot harder than it looks like on TV, where they just put some paint in and throw it in a can. There's a lot more work involved. And
Well, you have to have the right paint and the right paper and the right
planning,
thing
she knows
going
all
on.
that, so she can give you all that advice. And maybe pour painting is your thing,
Right.
Yes, it's a very excuse me. It's a very relaxing environment at the gallery, and there's so much variety. We're sort of talking about certain things like watercolors and wood burnings, but there's pottery, there's wood carvings, there's there's everything imaginable, and so there's something for
Found
everybody.
object,
found art, yeah.
Yeah. And it's
Sculptures.
just
is
a
what
nice.
I wanted to say. Found out sculptures.
Yeah, it's just a
stained
nice
glass.
place to walk around and explore.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's plenty to look at, and plenty and you can see every age group. Every age group is represented, and so it's just an amazing,
And photography.
Yep, we have photography. We have it's just amazing how so we started from the first show we had after we opened back in May of 2019 was a lot of fun, but it was still kind of slow, and we're like, oh, and in the last 2 or 3 years, especially since Amy's been on board, it's really taken off. We've really made she has that rapport with the artists, and they all want to be part of our organization.
Because it's so much fun. We have a good time.
Yep, and we have things planned out too. I know we're running short of time, Jeff. Sorry, Jeff. We have some things coming up in the future. We have a John Muir show in February. A pop-up National Parks pop-up show.
Right.
We have transformative art therapy with Tammy Delisle, which is one of our art therapists in town. She was actually going to come on today, but she's not feeling well, so hopefully
She'll
she
be
gets
on
better.
before her show.
Yep. Our Steven Strassman, who's painting with a lot of brush, and that's learning how to paint with pastel. They're like crayons, but they're pastel.
It's oil pastel.
Yeah.
And when his show, that'll be in March, middle of March.
Yeah,
or
March through
something.
April, yeah.
Yeah. And he will be doing live demonstrations during his show, which will be really cool. So
And we've already signed up for the Peony Festival again. Hopefully, we'll have Nancy Zeman's Quilt Expo there, or their quilt show. We have we'll have a peony art contest like we did last time.
Right.
We'll have that
with award prizes.
Yep. In July, we're going to have Portraits of Peace by John Noltner. And then August, we'll be back to our Beautiful Expressions and our that's our mental health dementia awareness one. And then either Christine Hernandez or we'll find another artist to fill that gap.
Right, and then Lenny.
Yep. And in September, I have Leonard Chaltry, who's currently manning the office. He does a lot of art.
He used to be a musician, and now he paints musicians, and he's also a animal portrait artist. But his show is going to be on musicians, and he's really, really good.
Yep. Yeah, I've seen some of it. It's pretty
right.
amazing.
And then the holiday art market again at the end of the year. But I was just wanting to mention that we are putting together. We don't have it finalized yet, but we are going to have summer art camp for kids a week in June and a week in July, and that we'll inform you when we get it all situated.
Still a work in progress. And
Right,
we've
right.
got a lot of other things that we're working on. Every time Amy comes up with an idea, the answer is sure, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, sure, yeah, let's do it. So it's like fun because it's just fun to have a group of, especially now the core group of artists and Amy. It feels so much better for me as the president to be able to just say, do it. I mean, have fun.
And the ideas just keep flowing through this camaraderie of artists, and we always like, yes, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of, and they're all artists of all walks of life. It's not all the high end, or it's not only the portrait painters. It's all artists, and they all get together and they talk and they say, we should do this. And we're like, well, let's do that then.
Right.
We want to bring people to us. We want, my philosophy is always, cars in the parking lot, people in the doors. And the rest of it can take care of itself. But we need that, and this is helping to bring that to fruition.
Right.
Absolutely. So a lot to look forward to with the Dodge County Center for the Arts. Again, one more time, that website, if anyone wants to go back, or you can watch the VOD, but they can also go to the website for the upcoming events. Where would that be again?
DodgeCountyArts.org. Also, we have all the main social medias: Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I post regularly on all those, so you can check on what we're doing there. Facebook has a lot of posts, a lot of pictures. There's some pictures of Irv stuff. There's some pictures of some of the art from the current shows up there right now, so you can see that. So feel free to do that if you want to stop in and talk to Amy. You can send us an email at info at dodgecountyarts.org. Stop in anytime we're open. You can call us. Whatever works for you. Especially if you're an artist, especially if you want to volunteer.
Come down Saturday now. Don't forget, 1 to 3. Digital
Saturday.
art. You won't be disappointed. It's fabulous.
Some really nice young men that can do, bring in, that have done some fascinating things, and you have to see it. And it's always more fun when like Irvin did here, to talk about the process and to talk about
when you have the artists
art
really
is more
explaining their
fascinating.
own stuff. Yeah, it's really cool.
We always talk about Mike Belangi. I don't know if you know Mike Belangi. He's a poet laureate, and he's done poetry, and for the most part, I'm like, it's poetry. It's poetry, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then one day he gave a little lecture on what his poetry was about, and then read the poem, and I'm like, holy cow, that's a whole different story. That brings, it's like, now you see where he's thinking. What was he thinking when he wrote that poem? Mm-hmm. And it makes a lot more sense than just a bunch of words that don't even rhyme, because it's new more modern poetry. It doesn't rhyme like we did when we were kids, and it was more fun. It's just like, whoa.
Now I see it.
Yeah,
yeah.
and then now do you see what Leonard's doing here, or Leonard? Sorry, Irvin. I was thinking Leonard Chaltry. What Irvin's done here is to hear the process and to hear the technique and to hear how the passion in his voice when he talks about it is phenomenal. You have to experience
and
it.
how long it takes and the learning process and where he's started and where he is now. It's amazing. And he started this at retirement.
Yep.
Absolutely. Well, I want to thank all of you for coming in today. Amy McPherson, Craig Casson, and our special guest, Irvin Monroe, with all of this beautiful art here today. Thank you all so much for coming on today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great to be on. Glad we went over time. I can see Jeff's waving at us badly. Stop.
Well, thank you all very much for coming on. Thank you for watching and or listening.
Yeah.
If you're at home, that will do it for today's Community Comment.
Thank you, Kale.